Good morning, everyone. It's Tuesday. That means it's time for our digital marketing diva. Terry Johnson online from New York City is here with us today, bringing us some more good information so that we can make better decisions with our social media and digital marketing. So today, we're going to be talking about how content is a commodity. And so you need to get your pen, your paper, your pencil, whatever it is that you use to take notes. And let's take some notes today because TJ is going to be bringing it. And she might have a few other little surprises up her sleeve too. So,
I do. That's why I'm reaching over and picking up this and that, making sure I got what I need.
right, stuff has been moving and shaking in the world of social media and digital marketing. And you need to know what those things are. And so you're in the right place for it, right here, right now. We want to thank everybody watching live and on the replay. Let's get to it. TJ, it's all yours.
All right. Hello, everybody. We busy doing things in the background, bringing up links, bringing up last minute stuff that I find, and I'm like, okay, we need to talk about that. So today we are going to talk about content is a commodity now. Content is a commodity. Okay, so and you're going, well, what does that mean? Let me tell you what it means. So, does everybody know what a commodity is?
A, a
It's a go ahead.
okay, from what I remember, commodity is something that can be bought and sold.
Yes, and also commodities are things that as I have it, and I when I think of commodities, I always bring up the Trading Places movie
Yes.
where does everybody remember that old movie? I love that movie with Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd where he's becoming an investment broker, and
Mm-hmm.
the two men that own the brokerage are explaining to him what commodities are, and then they tell him like it's oil, frozen orange juice, pork bellies. So it's raw material. This is what I'm giving, getting this as the content is a commodity now. That it's a raw material.
Okay.
Or a commodity can be a useful or valuable thing. But in this sense, I want to talk about it as a raw material. And so the definition I'm going to give it to you: a raw material or primary agricultural product that can be bought and sold, such as copper or coffee. That's what the example is giving me. I think this is from Oxford Languages on from Google. So what does it mean that content is a raw material? Like coffee, copper, frozen concentrate, orange juice, sugar. Think about those things. Do you buy pork bellies? No. The company buys pork bellies and they slice up and they serve it to you as what?
Bacon.
Bacon. Bacon comes from the pork belly. Frozen concentrated orange juice. These are things that are actually sold and traded on the stock market.
Yep.
Frozen concentrated orange juice. When you go to the store, what do you buy? Orange juice.
Orange juice.
It's made from frozen concentrated orange juice. There's not somebody back there squeezing or they buy it from the. What I'm saying is it's a raw material that is processed. Sugar is raw material that's processed. So let me bring up an image that
And
I have.
Carlos got a comment. Carlos says, for me, content is an item in inventory.
Right.
And then Mark said, did someone say bacon?
We love bacon, don't we? I love bacon. I had
Mm-hmm.
some Canadian bacon this week. Now bacon is not it's not one of those healthy items.
But it is what, yeah. So Carlos says each can have a certain value and advertisers may want to buy.
Right.
Okay.
Now I have an image that I want to bring up, and oh, I'm sorry, guys. I got so many things open. I meant to close all of these things so I can have. Oh, here it is. Okay, so it's small, and I need to bring it up a little
Ah,
larger.
yeah,
Let me zoom it.
I think we can see it now.
Okay, so let me go. Let me find my way back to you. So I'm like, why do I have so many windows open? Okay, good. So everybody can see this.
Yeah,
All right. So what is this?
we got three brands of sugar.
Right. And it's sugar. So if you open each package, what do you expect to find?
A white granulated
Cane sugar, right?
cane sugar,
It's been processed from sugar cane.
sugar
The
cane. Yes,
sugar that we buy, that's processed, but it comes from a raw material called sugar cane. Somebody has to cut the cane and they process it. I'm not sure. I think some of it comes from Puerto Rico. Most of it comes from Puerto Rico, maybe Hawaii. I'm not sure of that
there's
distinction.
yeah.
But what I want you to see here is what makes this commodity stand out.
Okay.
Any guesses? Because when you open it, what's in it? The very same thing.
All three of them are the same, but the commodity. Okay.
Hold on a minute, guys. I gotta stop the camera.
Carlos is funny. Carlos says, oh, let's start with Mark's comment. Mark said, give me some sugar, TJ. And then Carlos said, I see 3 bags of cancer. And then that last question is, what do you see? And Carlos said, death. Yeah, sugar is not good for you. Just like the bacon is not good for us. Neither is the sugar, but it is packaged and it is a commodity that is selling. And I'm curious to find out what TJ is going to tell us about these 3 different products, but they are definitely the same.
Okay, guys, I'm sorry. I'm back.
No worries. It's the same product, but it's packaged differently. So I'm not sure what the difference is other than I'm reading. Okay, the first one, Imperial, says something about making cookies.
Well, see, the difference is that the only difference is the packaging, the branding. It's the same item. So content is the same. And I'm bringing this up now because of ChatGPT, because the process of creating content was difficult before we started using ChatGPT and these other tools. Content was difficult to come up with an idea. It was difficult to sit down and think of something. What am I going to share today? What am I going to write about today? What am I going to do today? So now we have a tool that has taken that away, and you can make content in seconds.
Right.
So everybody's making content. Have you seen? I've seen it. Everybody's making content now.
I've seen it too. So here's the thing. I believe what you're saying is that it's still white cane sugar dressed up in a different color outfit. All of them are still the same. It's the packaging that is different. The way it's packaged.
Yes. So with content being a commodity, content being not a special thing to create. I'm talking about the creation process. Now you can just boom, boom, boom. It's all in your third-party content management tools. It's everywhere. Every tool that I've used for creating blog posts or social media management, every time I go and log in now, they're saying, hey, we got AI. We can help you make content faster and easier. So once we're in this place where everybody can make good content, and I mean good content.
Good content.
Everybody can make good content now, but there's another part of that I'm not going to get to yet. But everybody can make good content now when they couldn't before because of the process took too long.
Right. Or you had to actually have some writing skills.
You had to have writing. You still have to have writing skills. We're going to get into that. But before it was a daunting prospect.
It was.
The blank page. You ever hear a writer or an artist talk about the blank page? Because you're staring at nothing and you don't know where to start. AI has brought that to the forefront where now you know where to start by giving it a prompt. Yeah. And we talked about that, right? This whole January, February, we talked about the prompt and getting the idea, using. I've showed you where you just one idea that I woke up with and I couldn't flesh it out. AI helped me flesh it out into a blog post, into an article, into an ebook, into a this, into a that. So
Yeah.
see how content is becoming a commodity where everybody can do it now easily.
A couple of comments
All
here.
right, let's get to the comments.
Mark
Let me
said,
bring
"You
this
may
stuff
have to
down.
grab the crispy bacon out of my cold dead hands." Come on, Mark is funny. Carlos says, "I'm about to launch a high-end content management tool from creation to smart TVs."
Ooh, see, there
Mhm.
you go.
And he said, "Great processed content." And Carlos, I just want to say, I watched your YouTube channel, the first two episodes. It was really good. And TJ was talking about content. Carlos has some really good content over there on his YouTube channel.
Good, then we need to follow Carlos. Put the
Yeah, we
link in
do.
there so we can follow you,
Right. It was
Carlos.
really
'Cause I
good.
don't think I'm subscribed. I want to subscribe.
Yes, Garage Net Show. It was really good.
Good. And I noticed that Carlos was on yesterday. I have to watch the replay. So everybody go watch the replay from yesterday's um Bizchicks coffee and conversation from Monday. So watch
Yes.
that.
It was really a really eye opener. We're talking about what we're doing, you know, are you still on the same path? But I like what you're talking about today. Content is a commodity, and we now have no reasons why we cannot have some good content out there. Like
Right.
before, it used to be pulling teeth and hair and all kind of
Right.
stuff.
So the process of creating content is it's not special anymore. It's not everybody has the pitchfork or the screwdriver or the whatever to build the thing that they need to build. Excuses are gone. They were gone before, but they're really gone now. Because you can make content in like a couple seconds. And it's everywhere. And it's going to be everywhere. And AI is going to be the thing. These chat GPT content creation tools, creating images with was it Mid Journey, Stable Diffusion, and DALL-E. There's several others. I cannot name them all. There's so many. All these things are allowing people to create content, and now is the raw is content is the raw material. And what I'm saying is that we have to stand out in a different way because
Right,
everybody's making content easily. We were making it before, but now it's really easy.
right.
So,
Carlos said, by the
go
way,
ahead.
my content is not GPT regulated.
Okay.
And even when you use the AI tools, like you were saying, you still have to know what you're wanting to say and how you want to say it. Just because the AI gave you an idea
Right.
or a way to flesh out an idea, you still have to do some work.
Right. So you have to use it and create it. Now I had another thing to show you and it's not coming up. But I'll find it in a second. Let me give you some more. So did everybody get my where I'm driving us, the point that I'm trying to make?
Is that okay? Let me see if I got this. The content is the content, it is a commodity, and you still have to dress it up. You
Yes.
still have to.
But what going back to the sugar, what makes you buy sugar? Everybody answer that. Give me an answer for that.
Okay.
When you go to buy sugar, when you go to buy bacon, when you go to buy orange juice, why do you buy the product that you buy? Why?
uh,
There's tons of orange that well not tons, but there's more than one brand of orange juice. There's more than one brand of sugar. There's more than one brand of bacon, eggs. You see what I'm getting?
right, and everybody has their spin on it, because there are some orange juice companies who say not from concentrate on the package. So
Right. But let's
know.
say, you're not looking at that. You're just going to buy orange juice and you
Right.
haven't seen any commercials. You're just, I'm out of orange juice.
Correct.
There's store brand, there's Tropicana, there's I can list So why do you pick the one that you pick? Because it's all a commodity.
And apparently the one that I would pick has something that I feel that um, is of value to me.
Right.
Even
And also, when you go to pick the orange juice, are you standing there like 20 minutes? You grab orange juice and you go, right?
hmm
Sugar. Does that take a lot of thought? Do you know that you can buy the store brand sugar? It's all the same.
it is
It's all the
exactly the
same.
same.
I get whatever's on sale. It's sugar.
Yeah, Carlos said I look for the cheapest one as far as I
Right, for
believe
orange
orange
juice.
juice or
And
whatever.
also when and here's another distinction. Once you buy it and you consume it and you like it or you don't like it, what happens then?
Either you go back and you're going to buy that brand again, you become loyal to. If you liked it, you're going to become. You'll buy that brand again.
Right.
You look for that brand again.
Right. Now I am trying to I should have saved this thing.
I'm going to put up Mark's comment here. He
Go
says,
ahead.
"I don't like this trend. Content for the sake of content for me has no value." Now, even words are becoming like photo filters, not actually representing the person.
Right. And Mark has a point. This is not something that we should be dancing and happy about. But we brought this up before. We were talking about the calculator. We were talking about several things that when we were doing it before, it took 10 steps. But when this new uh disruptor, this new thing that came and disrupted the whole world, what do? Okay, do you remember the day that the iPhone came out? I do.
I do too.
Because I knew when I saw it, I said, this is going to change the world. And it
Every
did.
it changed everything. I was like, wow.
So now who was happy? Who was unhappy about this iPhone being released? BlackBerry wasn't
Blackberry,
happy.
Blackberry, Motorola.
Nokia. Do you remember anybody remember Nokia, the number one cell phone before this iPhone came out?
Yep, they were definitely number one. They have not had a phone in a minute.
I think the company is not existing or is there something they're doing. I'm trying to remember what it is.
Um,
And
Carlos also has a comment here. He says,
okay.
I'm going to create a stamp saying non-GPT influence organic only. And TJ said that people are going to be putting stickers on stuff to let you know that this was non-GMO. You know how you got non-GMO
Yes.
food? This is non-GM. This is non-GPT content. And then Mark said, I'll be the old man. I think that this innovation has the power to obstruct, diminish, or even kill creative potential.
And what Mark has said has been said before by people who, well, we were doing it I won't say the old fact. We were doing it the long way. And here comes a tool that said, okay, you can do it in 1 or 2 steps. And so now it's like, okay, we're not happy with it, but I need you to see that this is where we are. I still can't find the link.
Carlos says, soon people will type into an AI and create their own content that they want to watch, such as a Star Wars style action film with Selma Hayek and a storyline of such and such. And the
Yes.
AI will create it from scratch with no actual actors. So content creators are not needed.
So this is what I'm trying. I have an example, Carlos, of exact. Thank you for saying that. Can you put Carlos's comment back up? Because this is
Sure.
what I'm trying to find. It's a Twitter. I thought I saved it. It's a Twitter thing that I wanted to share, and it's exactly what he said here. AI create their own content that they want to watch, and I saw this person on Twitter, and I'm trying to find it. I thought I'd saved it, and I'm going back looking at my phone because I know it's somewhere. And that's exactly what has happened. And I want you to see this tweet. and I don't know if I saved it. Ugh, I'm so mad with myself. It's somewhere in here. Oh, I know what. I just remembered. It's in. I put it in Instagram. Um, exactly what Carlos just said. Here it is. I have it. Whew. I have so many things saved everywhere, and let me see how am I going to get this on? Oh, copy link. Okay, so I have it on my phone. So you can take his his content, which it is content, his comment down, and I want to show you this. Let's see
Okay, so we're
if I
gonna.
can bring this up. Ooh, okay, this is not coming up right. Let me try. All right, hold on.
Just bear
So,
with us. This
mm,
is worth the wait because
okay.
this
No,
this
I'm just mad at myself because I wasn't going to share this. This was something I shared in a group, and I it just came back to me when I was thinking of the topic. And I was like, okay, I gotta find the tweet that I shared in this group. We were talking about AI, and okay, let me. Now I am. I'm sorry, guys. I'm usually more more prepared. Thank you for bearing with me because I got so many things floating around. So I'm trying. Okay, so I'm trying to find my way back to Streamyard. I want to. Okay, I need to share screen, and it is a different window. So I mean, this is just the beginning of what's going to happen. This is we're at the beginning, guys. Mark has a comment.
okay, Mark.
Let me
Let's
get
see.
my water while.
Mark said, "I am offering you a blue check viewing for $10.99 a month. With this upgrade, you'll know whether my content is Mark or AI generated."
And that will happen.
Yeah, because some of that's coming up.
Okay, so let me. Can you guys see that? Do I need to zoom it?
Uh, Zoom it a little more because I'm
Okay,
interested in seeing that. Let
let
me.
me see how I can bring. All right, hold on. Let me zoom this because I need you guys to read it. Can you read that? Because I'm not in the stream, y'all. I'm in another window. So
I can see it a little bit, and we can.
okay, can you read this where it says
It's
I spent 6 hours?
okay. Yes, I spent 6 hours using Chat GPT, Mid Journey, and a couple of other AI tools to make a fan-made Batman animated movie.
And
Here's
he's
how.
right, and it's a threat. So here's the movie. I'm going to play it. I'm going to see. Hopefully we can hear because I didn't click the. Let me zoom it.
Okay, so you'll have to share it again.
Is it not showing?
No, because when we clicked into it,
All right, hold on. All right, let me come back to you. All right, so let me all right, so present, share screen. Okay, it says share tab audio. Maybe I can't make it full screen.
well, I think you can. It's just not sharing this yet.
All right, share. Okay. Now let me get back. Okay, so you can see that, right? So if
I
I
can
hit
see
the
the
full
house.
screen here, it's not I don't think it's going to show.
Let's.
Oh, okay. Carlos says when you do full screen and shares, well, I'm not going to do it cuz I want you to you'll be able to see it.
Yeah, and then we can go to it later too. Go
Right.
ahead.
Yeah. I'm gonna put the link in and you can watch. So he made this Chat GPT, Mid Journey, and other AI tools. He made a fan made Batman animated movie. And this is the movie.
always think you're a mystery, a dark night shrouded in secrecy, but you're not. You're an open book to me, a puzzle waiting to be solved. You're not a hero, Batman. You're a man consumed by anger and pain. You wear the mask to hide from your past, but it's not enough. It's never been enough. The truth is out there, waiting to be uncovered. I know about your parents, how their death shaped you, how you turn your grief into a mission for justice. I know about your fears, how you're terrified of losing the people you care about, how you're haunted by the thought of failing in your mission, how you're always one step away from breaking. You think you're in control, Batman, but you're not. You're a pawn in my game, a puppet on my strings. You are my greatest riddle, the one I have finally solved. Bruce Wayne.
Okay, so I think that's it. So this guy, 6 hours, Chat GPT, Mid Journey, some other tools, and if you're in the Batman and the Batman fan, this would appeal to you. This does not
Mhm.
appeal to me because it's kind of dark and whatever. But I want you to see the process. This is
Right.
what's happening. Content. So
Now,
then, go ahead.
so even with the content of that, the content like the comic books where they got Batman from, right?
Right.
They the storyline, I recognize the storyline because okay, that's Batman's journey.
Okay.
But the AI would have had to go and pick that up from all of the other
Yes.
Batman-esque stuff.
Anything that was any content that was written about Batman, the comic, the character, the movies, everything before 2021, Chat GP can do. So he said, I started with the idea I had. I knew it was going to be about the Riddler. And then he says, I gave Chat GPT the prompt and we went back and forth on the monologue. So you can see he said, write a creepy and cryptic monologue where the Riddler reveals Batman's identity after slowly building it up by sharing more personal details about him that no one should know. So then Chat GPT wrote the dialogue. Do you see this? I mean, I know you can't read it, but you can see this image. This is what
Yes,
Chat GPT gave him back.
and it's a lot of dialogue.
Yes.
And the thing is, I know it's like, well, he still had to tell it what he wanted
Yeah,
to
he
make
gave him the
it
prompt.
to make it come out the way he wanted.
Right.
He
But see,
had to he
before
had to be
Chat
very specific.
Right, yes. That's how you get Chat GPT to work. That's how you get AI tools to work. You have to be very specific with your prompt. So he knew that. But see, before these tools, how would he have made this movie? He would have had to sit down, paper and pen or a blank page in Google Notes, whatever, Google Documents, wherever, and write this out. Then he
Mhm.
says, right. Then he says, I used Mid Journey to generate the artwork, broke down the lines from the script and the different scenes I wanted, and then went back and forth till I got a style that fit the eerie vibe that I was going for. But every image in that little 2-minute video was AI generated. He did not draw any of that. He did not physically draw any of that. He went to Mid Journey, typed in, give me a very detailed prompt about Batman and the look and the color and the feel and the style. And he
Mhm.
went and these are the images that he got and he put it in the movie. He also said the problem with those images, they were low res, so he had to do some stuff to get for 4K. He used Pixelmator to have this magical AI upscaling feature that he blew it all up to 4K. Then he gets into some more detail. He used Motion Leap, which is a good app. I use Motion Leap on my iPhone. imported each image and just drew on the parts of the image where I wanted movement. It's that easy to bring something like a static, mysterious fog to life. So this is how he got the lightning and all that. He used the app called Motionly. So he said for the dialogue, I recorded it myself, but used Adobe's AI tool to turn the audio into studio level quality and then just lowered the pitch. Finally put it all together with some touches in Final Cut Pro. Boom, a fun little Batman animated short. And then he thanks some people for helping him. And then he has it on YouTube. So he has the link on YouTube. If you guys want that out, let me put that in there.
Yeah, so here's the thing. He still had to come up with the concept himself,
right?
Of what he wanted, even though he used the AI tools.
Right, but he didn't do all of that work. ChatGPT did the work.
Right.
Midjourney did the work. The AI tool for the audio did the work. All he had to do was say, I want to make a Batman short, a few sentences in the ChatGPT.
Right. But what I'm saying is, for the people who say that it's taken away the creativity, he still had to have some creativity to even tell the AI what to do. The AI couldn't do that without his input, is my point.
Right, but that's how they work. That's how the AI tools work. You have to input something very specific in detail. He did that. But one thing is the process.
Right.
He took him 6 hours. This would have taken weeks or months.
Yep.
I'm okay.
Like, wow.
So do you see the analogy with the sugar and the this and that is that the commodity of it, that it is raw material that you put through and you process and refine it and you put something out that people want? And how do you know they want it? Because, well, it's DC. Batman is DC Comics.
Batman is DC.
Batman is DC Comics. There's a big community for DC Comics. There's a big community for Batman. There's a big community for Superman. There's a big community for Marvel Comics. There's a big community. See that? Plus, he's not making something to make money. He just did that because this is something I love to do. Now, if he shared it online, I don't know where it's going to go from here, but I'm pretty sure it's going to go somewhere where DC Comics or something or whoever's in the Batman sees that and goes, wow, can you make me a video or a little short about this? And he can do it and charge for that.
And I can see where this will cut some time in production for all for DC and Marvel.
And it's not even about them because they have the resources to make whatever they want. I'm just saying that content creators, yes, you can make a short. You can make you can write a book. We talked about the things that ChatGPT can do, but the process is creative and like Fran said, it starts with you. You have the idea. That's the whole thing behind this. You have the idea. Now, because everybody can make content, there's going to be a lot of content. I didn't say it was good content. It's just going to be content. I thought that was really good. I'm not a fan of that dark style, but I thought it was really good, really creative. And
I was like, oh, wait, he's actually going here.
Carlos has a comment.
Carlos says, part of my journey is to also have a digital book publishing. This will blow me up.
There you go. All you got to do is have the idea, sit down and let ChatGPT or whatever tool. It's just that when we're talking about AI tools, it seems that ChatGPT is like the most easiest and the popular one. But don't forget, Bing has their thing. They're still in beta. Google's Bard is not available for public testing, but they're testing it. So things are coming. I'm doing this to get you ready, to prepare your mindset. There's a mindset shift happening. And I remember saying, I think last year I was saying, something is coming. I don't know what it is. I said, something's going to change. Something's going to change social media. Something's going to change the way we do stuff. I didn't know what it was. And boom, here it is.
Carlos says, because from book publishing, we will create a path to create films, from the books.
Right. Because just with Batman, what did Batman start out as in the beginning? It was a
He was
comic
a
book.
comic book.
Yes. Years ago.
And most of the movies are coming out. What was it? The Matrix was a comic book. It was
a comic book or a graphic novel,
a graphic
whatever it
novel,
was. Whatever it was. Mm-hmm.
And it's people have been building on that for. It's easy to go from the graphic novel or the comic book because it's already a storyboard. And kids were, my brother had a bunch of comic books, and I was reading his comic books, and and you're looking at the pictures and you're reading, and it's not a whole lot of text, but it was good.
Right. And remember, as a business or a content creator, whatever you're doing, you want to stand out online. Did that stand out? That stood out. I was like, I don't even remember how I found it. Because I wasn't following that guy. I'm not into Batman and this and that. So I think I was looking at maybe somebody that I followed about AI was retweeting this, and I was like, oh my goodness, look at what you can do. All of this was possible before, say 2 years ago. But all you had to do was sit down at your computer or pen and paper and say, I want to make you had to write it out longhand, or you had to type in, and you had to think, well, what does Riddler say, and what does this say, and so then with the images, you had to go, okay, I need an illustrator. I need to pay an illustrator.
That is going to be interesting now, because a lot of authors are holed up on, well, I don't have anybody to illustrate my book or what have you. Now you can have AI illustrate your
book.
But
see, here's the cautionary tale. That doesn't mean it's going to be good. I've seen some AI generated images that were really scary, and I was like, or just didn't make sense. I was like, well, why would you post that? Oh, just because look at this cool thing I did with generated AI Mid-Journey DALL-E. And I'm like, well, that's not good. It's not attractive. That's not something that's going to attract me.
And so you're still going to have to tweak it to make it fit for whatever your content is.
Right. So the part about having an illustrator for this short, if you're an illustrator, get to learn these tools, because you know what the end result should look like.
Right.
A person who's just playing around with the tool doesn't know what they want. They know they want something. They don't know how to get there. The illustrator knows how to get there. It needs to be a certain tone, hue, color. The background should be light, dark. So they have terms that they can use, and they put it in the AI tool and they bring it out. Now, see, here's the part where if the illustrator is going, well, this is going to put me out of business. It's not, because this tool is in baby's hands. I'm trying to think about a tool in a baby's hand, like a screwdriver in a baby's hand. They can't make a house from that, but somebody who's skilled construction, whatever, a tool, a screwdriver, or this or that, can build a house because they know what they're doing.
Yes.
See? A lot of people are using AI tools. They don't know what they're doing.
And they like, woo!
You see it in the end result, and they're just so happy. This is like when the kids at kindergarten, and they they do the handprint, and they have to draw a name. Look, mommy, and mom goes, yeah, that's wonderful. And it's like, what is it? But the kid is happy because it's a tool that they took the crayon and they made something that they thought was good. Right. But see, this is why this is not a thing that I know it's scaring some, professionals, but it should not really. This is a mindset shift. Mark has some comments.
Yeah, I'm gonna start with Carlos. It's going to work my way down. And he says, Carlos says, and like I announced yesterday, I then offer a distribution platform.
Right.
And he predicted this ages ago, talking about how AI.
Right.
And then Mark says, I am all for progress and proficiency. My concern is that greed often eclipses a respect for humanity. Talent and creativity is a cornerstone of societies. Ideas are great, but execution is a talent.
And that's what I was just saying about the, the tool being in baby's hands and what comes out. Yes.
Right. Corporations will continue to find ways to cut costs with technology versus humans. Yes, we must evolve, but to what end?
Okay, great. Thank you, Mark. These excellent points, and I want to talk about them, especially the last one, because the first one we were talking, the ideas are great, but execution and talent, yes, that's what I was just explaining about. A talented illustrator will know how to use these tools to get what somebody wants, and again, somebody will pay for that because I'm a baby with a tool. I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm wasting time. So a business owner would go, well, I don't need to waste my time. Let me hire somebody that knows how to use these tools.
Right.
See, it doesn't get rid of that, because there's people that can use it creatively and people that can't. I've seen it already with, people going, oh, look at this AI tool. I made this AI image. And I'm like, it's not great.
No, and I mean, I used Dolly on something. I was like, oh, that is not what I'm
It's
looking
a lot
for.
of work.
And it is, because you have to keep going back in there and being very precise. No, I needed to turn left.
It
And
has
I
to
was
be
like, oh,
very detailed. You have to know artistic terms. You have to know this and that and styles. And I've tried it. I was like, okay. That's why when Dolly came out, Dolly's been out for a while.
yeah.
I heard people talking about it, but it didn't blow up like ChatGPT because it's so easy to use. Dolly is not really easy to use. The process is you type in some text, you get an image. But that is the same as a crayon in a baby's hand and a crayon in an artist's hands. Two different end results.
Yes.
One is going to be a masterpiece. The other is going to be something that goes on the refrigerator. The mom puts on the refrigerator.
At your house and nobody else's.
Right.
Good morning to our Facebook users. They don't tell us your name, so let us know who you are. And then Carlos says, remember how computers look like Pac-Man? Now it's Jurassic Park. People will figure out how to use these tools to make this now Pac-Man to soon.
Yes. Avatar. You can make Avatar. James Cameron spent all of this money, these special cameras and this and that to make Avatar, the first one. But now here we are. Today, you can make Avatar. If you wanted to, you have to put the effort in, learn how to use the tool, but you can do it. Just that's why I wanted to show you that Batman short. And when I saw that on Twitter, I was like, every day my mind is blown with the news that's coming out. And so let's get back to Mark's. I'll bring it up. Mark's last comment. I have it.
Okay.
Corporations will continue to find ways to cut costs of technology versus humans. Yes, we must evolve, but what to end? Corporations are in the business of making money for shareholders. They're not here to better society. They're not here to help. They may say that, but they're not. A corporation is here to make profits for the shareholders. That is their bottom line. No matter what kind of fluffy, cloudy, unicorny stuff they tell you, that's what it's about. And it's been like that for years.
Yes.
Hundreds of years, decades of years. Okay, so have we stopped being humans and being in society and doing what's what? That's why you have corporations and that's why you have charities.
Right.
Okay. So I need to address the thing about corporation. They have to cut costs. That's what you see what's going on with Meta. That's what you see with. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that this is what a corporation does. Their first line, their goal is to make money for shareholders.
Correct.
Everything else is secondary. And they should do this, and they should, yes, I agree. They should. Some do and some don't. Amazon. But thank you. Corporations are not here to be our friends. That's not the definition of a corporation. It has never been the definition of a business. Okay, so we need to get that out of the way. That's why we have charities. Okay? I hate to put it like that. But this is what's happening. I cannot stop it. You cannot stop it. Could we stop the television could radio stop when the television came out? Could we stop when the Pony Express? Could they stop when the trains started delivering cross country to railroads? It's the same thing. The same argument has been said before over and over and over. That's what I'm saying. It's a mindset shift. It's just because we have technology and we get things instantaneously that we have these doom and gloom things. Okay. And
Right.
that's why I'm here to present what I know and what I read in my opinion. I'm not saying this thing is great and it's just going to change the world. It's up to humans and society to use the tool to make the world a better place. I always bring up the idea of the concept of a screwdriver. And I brought this up with social media. It's a screwdriver. In the wrong hands, it's a weapon. In the right hands, it can help society, habitat for humanity, building homes for people. Right?
Or
do you denigrate the screwdriver? The hammer? All those things?
the tool
That's
is
what
not the
this
problem.
is. That's what this is. Social media isn't a problem with society. It's people. And it seems like all these ugly things are coming out, but they were already there. They were just hidden and you didn't know.
Right.
Communities are connected now. You hear about things in the blink of an eye, whereas before you would never hear about it in the next town, the next village, the next state because we weren't connected.
But now we are.
So that's what's happening. So we, the good guys, have to spread the word, the gospel,
and do good with it. It can and show how it can be used for good. Mark's question, another comment. Mark says technology can even the playing field. The question is, does it really serve us for everyone to have the same capabilities? Talents, skills, gifts are part of what makes us unique. And I think what TJ just said, just because I have access to DALL-E, you're not going to want me to do your graphics, even if I have access to DALL-E, because it's not going to look good.
Listen, I've tried all of those. I've tried them all, and I was like, well, I'm not proficient at it. It's a skill that I have to hone and use.
You probably want it in the hands of somebody who knows how to do that skill.
Yes, and that would be artists, illustrators, people that are creative, that know how to get the juice out of the orange.
Right. You don't want me to do it. Because that ain't gonna look
but
good.
Some people don't want to do it. You're a business owner. I don't have time to sit down and spend hours and hours trying to figure out how to get the right image out of AI when somebody already knows how to do it and I can pay them. And I'm aware that they offer this as a service.
And it's the same thing with if you're using it for your content, you know what you want to say. Like TJ told us a couple of weeks ago, you have an idea, you run it through the chat GPT, then you find somebody to help you tell that story better to make it sound like you and how you want it to sound. You just don't take it raw and just stick it out there. Yes, it has. My graphic design exhibition has been, yes, because you definitely don't want me to do that.
I'm going to tell you because I see it. When I go on YouTube now, I get so many videos about Chat GPT can make me a billionaire. Chat GPT. That's because those are get rich quick people. We will always have them. We've always had those people. Always.
Sitting in the cuts, just waiting to get your $49.99.
You have to say, wait a minute, this thing is new, it's still evolving. No one is an expert. There are people that are good at it now. Let me follow those people and learn what I need to learn. Or I can say, I have the money to hire someone to help me make that Batman short. I'm not going to make that Batman short because I have no desire to make it. Or, but I love the creativity. I want to use something like that for my business.
It's like
the possibilities of it.
It's like when videos first came out and they said you need to use video in your business. Yeah. Everybody was creating a video for your business, but they didn't create it according to if you didn't tell them about your product or your service and how you wanted it to be portrayed, you got a bunch of crazy stuff.
Right.
And it's still happening. If I want to have a video created or have Chat GPT create me a video for my real estate business, I'm going to need to have somebody who can write the story that I want to tell visually.
It has to be the right story. And you may not have the skill nor want to develop the skill to do that because it's time intensive. But someone who's already an expert at illustration or art or this or that, they've already got the tools. They already got the skill set. They just got to learn how to use this new tool. Okay, I use the brush. I use the pen. I use Procreate. I use the iPad. Now it's time to use Chat GPT or DALL-E or Midjourney or Stable Diffusion or any of those tools. This is the same thing as a brush to an artist. A smart artist will go, I know how to take this tool and make art. So I will take this new tool and make art.
And see, that's the people think it just pops up on the screen. Because I remember we were trying to create a commercial for a client and we wanted it to say this. But the person was like, okay, we need to do this and we need to show this. And it was all of the stuff that happened in the background. Like, okay, it was all of the circles, and you need to create the circles. Now you need to make the circle pulsate and do some other stuff. We haven't even got to the commercial.
Right.
We're talking about the little pieces of the graphics, not even. I was like, okay, I need to get past that part and get to the part where you show the person running down the court with a basketball. Let's get to that part. But a artist is going to talk to you about the shadows and the circles and the
because they have the art concepts already in here. To a smart artist, this is a brush. This is the iPad. This is Procreate. It has all evolved. They will pick it up and learn it, and the end result, the output. That's what this is about. A commodity, raw material, but you buy the output.
And that's what I would be paying somebody else for to do the output.
When you want a steak, what do? You go buy a cow and process it and this and that? No, you go to this, it's already processed.
I'm going to the steakhouse and we're going to get the steak.
That's why I brought up the sugar. You're buying the end product. It doesn't matter. Sugar is sugar. They're just, okay, well, here you got Domino. Here you got this. You got that. Some things you're going to buy on price and some things you're going to buy on quality. Just like when you go to the grocery store and pick out this, that, and the other. That's why I wanted to say that it's a commodity now, because it's not about the content. It is still about the content, but it's what's going in that affects the output.
Linda says, I love it, but you really have to rewrite everything with your voice. And you are going, and she's absolutely right. Because I was like, that is not how we sound. That's not how I sound when I'm talking about this particular thing.
Because we're at the beginning stages. It will get to that really soon where it will sound like your voice, you speaking, and not we're saying auditory, we're saying the feel of the content that you're writing. And because it will learn your style, because you've already written content. If you have a blog, if you have a website, if you've written articles and blog posts, it will be able to gather that and help you create content in your voice. That is coming. There's also where you can, do your voice. It will, synthesize your voice. That is coming. Like for a podcast or, something like that, something for audio.
So I see where Mark's concern can be addressed is that make sure you have content out there in your voice.
Yes, that's another thing I wanted to bring up was the branding. Now I have one more thing I wanted to share, and I saw this today. So let me bring this up. Okay, here we go. And I just saw this. This I saw today. Okay, so what it is, this man wrote a book that was published in 2012. It took him 14 years to write the book. It's called Stone Maidens. His daughter, because it wasn't selling, his daughter went on TikTok and made a simple TikTok. I hope I can bring it up. Oh, there it is. Let me see if I can get it.
Beautiful, 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 beautiful boy.
Okay, so there's several TikToks, but she just started she decided, his daughter, she said, "Oh, my dad wrote this great book. It took him 14 years to write. It was published in 2012 and it didn't sell." And she said it was such a great book and I knew how important it was to him. I thought maybe it's just because nobody knows about the book. So then she put a TikTok up. This TikTok was viewed more than 43 million times and received more than 9.6 million likes. He wasn't on TikTok. It's not even him. The daughter's doing it because he's 74. Then she said, well, we're happy about the 43 million views and all that. But the sales aren't great. I'd love for him to get some sales. So then she did another video, but she used the hashtag book talk. And we talked about that hashtag book talk. Does anybody remember that?
I remember us talking about that.
There's a big community. There's several large communities on TikTok, and they're centered around topics. One of them is book talk. People who love books, and they share books, and they talk about it as a whole community. So she put it up there, and she used the hashtag book talk. And this is what happened. He is #1 on Amazon.
Wow.
His book.
After 14 years. After 12, after 10
years. It came out in 2012. So let me see. I think they're going. I got a feeling they're going to be on one of the daytime shows either today or tomorrow because she has several videos. It's called Stone Maidens is the TikTok. If you take a look at it, there's several videos, and then all of them are like her father because he doesn't know anything about TikTok. He doesn't understand what's going on. She does. And then she's got videos about him being overwhelmed. Then he's starting to give out book tips. But I wanted to bring that up because this wouldn't have happened on any other platform. Could he have gone viral on Facebook?
No.
Could he have gone viral on Instagram?
Because his daughter wasn't over there. His daughter was on TikTok.
It's even not about her being there because they just started the account. This would not go viral anywhere else but TikTok. And why is because there is a concentrated, dedicated community of book lovers called hashtag book talk. That is the process that I wanted to tell you that. And she's not even creating anything. She was just recording her father sitting at the desk. And then she put she put the comments on about, oh, my dad wrote this book 14 years ago. He spent a lot of time. It took him a long time to write it because he was a lawyer trying to raise his 3 daughters. So if you go over there, you'll see all the stories. But what grabbed me was like, this would not have gone viral. He would have not been #1. And I went and checked. He's #1 on Amazon Books. He's #3 in like thriller or some things or whatever. And this is not going to last. I know that. But I'm just saying that this wouldn't have happened anywhere else but TikTok because of the community of people that are into book talk. And then there's power in social media. Yes. Let me put this comment up. There's power in social. Yes, there's power there. There's bad stuff, but there's good things. This is one of the good things. Book talk is huge. Yes, it's huge. There also the makeup there's all kind of TikToks or kind of communities on TikTok. Excuse me. But I wanted to bring that because I saw that this morning. I was like, wow. So you need to look at content and how we're creating it and how we're making it and how things can change like that. So
Dr. Kachi, thank you, Dr.
Oh, hey, Doctor. I don't know why we can't see you because it just says Facebook user. But isn't that, see, that's where that kind of thing is going to still happen even with AI tools. I don't want you to be afraid. It has to be embraced. It has to be used as a new tool. Yes,
Yeah,
some things will change. Yes, some people will lose jobs, but they don't have to. I give you the example of the artist who has the skills. They just need to learn the new tool.
right. And even with every new uh, iteration of a tool coming out, people don't have to lose their jobs. They can, like in Hidden Figures, she went in there and started learning how to use the IBM, whatever that was that wouldn't fit in the room. Um, th- she took everybody over there and taught them how to program it, how to use it. They didn't become obsolete.
Right,
They just learned a new skill set.
right. And to learn a new skill set, to get on the journey, it has to be a mindset shift.
Yeah,
That has to happen first.
yeah.
So part of this talking, when we're talking about AI tools and chat GPT, it sounds a little scary. Also, we were talking about Bing and how on Friday, and how I called it dark Bing, and all these things are coming out where it was, saying all these threatening things or whatever. Microsoft has fine-tuned it to now where I think you get like 5 tries on a topic, and then you can no longer go further. You can't dig further into a topic. A lot of people on Reddit are upset because they were having, like, oh, I was having great conversations and talking about stuff with Sydney, which is what we discovered as the secret name for Bing. But Microsoft has fine-tuned it to where you cannot go down that dark road with dark Bing anymore.
Dr. Tachi said Bing is nonsense. I'm
Microsoft is
I'm just
trying,
not
man.
I'm just not doing Bing.
I haven't got. I'm waiting. I'm like, I want to try this thing out. Trying to get on the
Google
I'm trying.
Bard.
Yeah, I'm trying to get on the off the wait list.
Look, I was like, okay, fine. I can't.
Okay, yeah, here it is. I put it on my stories. Microsoft limits Bing conversations to prevent disturbing chatbot responses. So they're limited. I think they said like you get the search engine will prompt you to start a new topic after 5 questions. So the reason why people found dark Bing was they kept asking it over and over different things, and then Cindy started to get mad. Started getting mad and
Started talking back.
saying all kind of crazy stuff. Like people were like, "Whoa, let me go lock my door. Cindy gonna come get me." Yeah, so we talked about it on Friday. We'll talk about it again on Friday. What's happening? Because every day there's something coming up with Bing, there's something coming up with Bard, there's something coming up with AI, Chat GP. Every day it's like boom, 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 boom. Mark says, let me put that up. Tachi just lost her Bing sponsorship. Listen, it's a win for Bing and Microsoft because they only had 3% of the market, the search engine market. So any growth they get out of this is a win. Microsoft has lots of money, just like Apple has lots of money. So these kind of things, they don't see it as a loss. If they get another 3, 4, 5% in of the market, they're happy. That's a win for them on the book. Now, who's going to use Bing? I don't know, but
And see, that's Microsoft's issue is getting people to come over there, and
yes,
them holding you hostage if you got a
yes.
PC and making you have to use
Right. So they
Edge.
want you to install that Microsoft Edge as your default browser. That's another win. And if you use the Edge because you want the Bing is in Edge. So that's a win to them. They don't care that, it's like, well, if we can get 2, 3, 5% more, they're happy with that. So
I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to venture over to that part of the street.
and I'm only over there because I'm like, I want to test it out. And I'm like, I can't get in. Let me in. So I'm gonna test it out and see what, but Google has the lion's share of the market. So
Yeah, this is
all right,
interesting.
so let's wrap this up. So it's really, the idea that the content is a commodity as a raw material, and it really matters the output the packaging, the branding. Those are things that's going to make you stand out with content now. Because remember when we first started with social media, people were posting their lunch. Remember those days?
Yeah.
Mundane things, and they got tons of engagement. Then it gradually became okay. Well, you can't put any of your regular stuff out, any kind of, now we're in a TikTok world. But things I just showed you about what's happening. I mean, there's lots of things going on with TikTok and Reels as far as people dancing and pointing. I still see that, but now we're kind of getting out of that, and I'm glad because people are doing cookie cutter stuff, which I'm never happy about. So that's why I wanted to show you this TikTok video because it's not cookie cutter. It's just she was like, my dad wrote this book. Let me put it on TikTok because there's a community there. Let me see what happens. She didn't know she was going to go viral. It could have had 1,000 hits. It could have had 1,000 views, but it had 40 something views. And then they weren't even buying the book. She put another video saying the views are nice, but my dad would like to have some more sales. She didn't even say I want to go number one, just more sales. People's like, okay, and to facilitate that, the link goes in the link on their profile goes to the book on Amazon. So you gotta have that call to action there.
Mm-hmm.
But see how there's no selling. She didn't go out and say, well, buy my dad's book. She was just like, oh, my dad wrote this book while when we were kids, and he was trying to do different things, and it took him a long time. And it was a lovely story. That's what happens. Storytelling.
It was the story that sold the book.
Right. And then the second part was she came back and said she asked.
Right.
She asked, but she didn't come out with the ask. She asked the second time.
Right.
So I thought that was a great story. I wanted to share it with you. But the part of this is that we still have to create valuable content. And I know there's the fear, and we talked about it, about how everybody is making content because it's a commodity now. It's raw material. You can do it easily with the tools, but is it good? Is it valuable? Will it reach your audience? Will it get them to buy? All of those things are still in the play. And remember, and just think about this analogy of an artist with a tool. They have the skill set, they have the knowledge. They're just moving from the brush and canvas. They're moving to they were using iPad and Procreate and the pencil. Now ChatGPT. And the smart ones will adapt to from canvas to digital, now to AI. And they'll still be able to create valuable content, something that somebody wants. Because I've seen people using these tools and they're making stuff nobody wants. I don't want that stuff they're making. But they're happy because they're like, oh, look at what I made with DALL-E. I'm like, well, okay.
Keep that, because that is a creepy, because DALL-E can give you some creepy stuff coming back.
That's not attractive. But people, for some reason, think because they made it with the AI tools that it's this wonderful masterpiece. Manet, Monet, Picasso. No. You making drawings that go on the refrigerator that mom puts on the refrigerator. I'm just saying. I'm just keeping it real. I'm just saying. So that's what's happening here. So think about that mindset. Just keep that in mind. We're still early days. Nobody's an expert. The only people that are experts are copywriters, script writers, creative writers, book writers, artists, people that have already used raw material and made masterpieces or close to masterpieces with it, things that people want to buy.
I can see how the people who have mastered Photoshop can use AI, right? Because they already have the eye and the skill set to be able to tweak the AI already. Right.
So I mean, I'm with you. I see all of these. You're going to be a billionaire with ChatGPT. I went on Clubhouse the other day after a long while, and I was like, I said, let me dip into ChatGPT. What's the conversation going on? Because I know the conversation was going on Clubhouse. I knew that, and I dipped in, and I was like, wow. They are really They are driving that train.
Yeah, because I got something that came from on an email how you can use Chat GPT to earn da 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 da.
Yeah, you're gonna be a billionaire with Chat GPT. Some might, one or two people, but not everybody, because you're not making good content. You're not making valuable content. So now content is that raw thing, that raw material, that clay. It's got to be molded and sculpted by someone who knows what they're doing. I'm not even going to say a professional. Someone who knows what they're doing and can manipulate that clay to make Michelangelo's David or something.
Yeah, they are not making that statue again.
Yes, that's all they love. That's all the conversation on Clubhouse is being a billionaire, finding freedom with chat. There were so many things. I was just curious. I said, let me get off of this Clubhouse because I'm losing it.
And see, that's the thing too. You can take a platform and oversaturate it with a certain type of feel, and people are just like, eh.
Well, see, again, this topic, Chat GPT. It is the next tool beyond social media where there's promise and purpose in it, but only if you know what you're doing or take the time to learn it. There's a lot of people that I'm sorry that they're using desperation or they're desperate to. And this was some of the things that I heard. How do I make money with it? How do I make money with it? I'm like, that's not the essence of it. Yes, you can make money in it. That's on the end, but it's a tool. It's like an artist going, well, let me pick up how do I make money with this canvas? That's not what they do. That's not what they're doing.
And I would be crazy to go to the art store and buy a canvas and get some brushes and some paint.
I don't make money with this.
How do I make it? And I have no clue about how to paint. No frame of reference whatsoever.
See, that's what I mean. That's the desperation of it. That it's not. Yes, you can make money with, but that's not the whole sole purpose of it. This is a creative tool that's changing our world, our society. It's changing. It's beyond that. Yes, people are going to make money. Some people aren't. Some people are going to, there's the charlatan that says, I got this course. And you give me $9.97, and you gave them $9.97, and they give you like a little cheat sheet or something, a little bit of content. Like, well, I could have Googled that myself. So this is what's happening. So we're gonna sift all that out. That's gonna fall away. Mark says, for today's drinking game, the word is content. For those of you who are still conscious, paramedics are standing by. Yes, we said the word content. And didn't I tell you at the beginning of the year that this is going to be the year of content? Did I not say that?
Yes, you did. And we are into, the second month.
Yeah, this is the second month. And we having drinking games about the word content. It's going to be a long 12 months. And just hold on for the ride. So this is, these are some of the things that when I'm reading and looking and I'm thinking, this is something we need to talk about. So this is where we're going with content. It's movement and involvement, but we're going to learn how to use it to run our businesses, to build our brands, online presence, all of those things. Okay? Because we cannot avoid it. It is unavoidable. You turn your TV on, you go on the internet, it is Chat GPT, AI tools all over the place. So we got to get used to it. And that's what I'm trying to help you with on Tuesday. Every Tuesday. So come on back next week. And Friday, we're going to talk about more AI on Tech Friday.
Woo, we got some stuff to talk about on Friday.
Lots.
Wow. Lots. Just when you thought it was safe to go back in the water. So we will be back next Tuesday. In the meantime, you need to follow TJ. Terry Johnson online everywhere. Where is her little? I gotta sort through all of our stuff up here.
Here it is. I got it.
Okay, cool. TerryJohnsonOnline.com. You will follow her on Discord for up to the minute stuff that's happening. You don't have to wait till Friday. You can get as it happens.
Social media news that's breaking today is in Discord. And there's going to be more stuff there. Going to have freebies, going to have different things. So it's a work in progress. You know, I don't have to build the house today. We're building it together. So just come on over, join it. That'll be one of the places. I might have one more place where we go, but everything will be in that Discord. It's going to be the sign that points you over here, over there, over there. That's where I'm going to put it.
Yep. So follow her. Thank you all for subscribing to our YouTube channel at Bizchicks .live, where you are, for everybody watching over on YouTube. Woohoo! And then if you want to become a part of the Bizchicks community, just text Biz to 33777 or go to bizchicks.net. Either way, you'll get to our community. And we're looking at becoming more involved in bringing you great content like you got with TJ today. I'm telling you what, and we're not going to charge you $9.97 to tell you about what's happening with ChatGPT. So, but you do need to stick around. Tell somebody else. Bring a friend. We are here to help you take the hassle out of your hustle and build a profitable business.
Share this out. Share it out. And I'm glad that you were receptive to this topic, because I wasn't sure. I'm like, it's early, but I feel like this is the wave that we're on. So I wanted you to be aware. So I always try to bring something that we need to know about, or where's things going with marketing and branding and websites and everything online. What's going on? This is where we're heading. So it's unavoidable. AI, you're going to hear a whole lot about it.
Yes. And so you'll be armed and know what to do and be like, no, I'm all good. Thank you very much.
I'm good. I know. Yes, I'm good. I know. I follow the Bizchicks. I follow TJ and Fran and Carolina and all that, and Dr. Tachi. We good to go. We're up to date. No worries.
No worries. We got you. So we will see you again tomorrow. Coach Karen will be here talking about your money mindset. Thursday is with Happy Healthy Habits. Friday, we will be back here with tech and social media. You definitely want to tune back in on Friday. And then we'll be back again next week. TJ will be with us. Follow one another. Seriously. Carlos came in yesterday, and he's got a really good on his YouTube channel. It is in the chat somewhere up here.
It's in here. His YouTube channel is in here. So I'm going to subscribe, and we suggest that you do too. You don't have to, but it's a good suggestion.
Yes. It was a really good conversation he was having with because it's still Black History Month, the first African American superhero is Moon Girl and Red Devil, or Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. It's a Marvel comic.
Really?
And it's out on Disney Plus. Carlos interviewed the gentleman yesterday, or interviewed him on his first podcast.
Okay, good. I gotta go. Like I said, I missed it. I gotta watch the replay, everybody.
Right.
Yesterday's show, Monday.
Watch it. And Carlos put it in he put it in the chat here, but Lawrence Fishburne is also producing it, and it's a Marvel comic. I was like, wait, what? Wow. And it's out on Disney Plus.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
Great. Also, I want to put out, if I always forget, if anybody has any questions or you needed clarity on something, just follow me, Terry Johnson Online. Just ask me wherever you want to ask me. If it's on Twitter, it's WebGirl TJ. I'm over on Spoutable. We've been talking about that. Spoutable.com is Terry Johnson Online. So once we leave Twitter, I can leave that WebGirl TJ behind. But just if you need clarity, if you got a question, or you saying, hey, can you talk about this topic on a Tuesday? Let me know. Oh, okay.
That's all we got. So thank you. We'll see you next week.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks. See you next week.
Bye-bye.